Well, good morning, Rusty Nuts. If I look a bit giddy and silly, it's because I am super excited. We are on our biggest adventure yet on the channel. We are going across the Gulf. All right, so myself, this nut, and this nut, the three of us, are going to be heading to the mainland. We're going to go across the Argentia Ferry tonight. The rain is pretty severe. We just got through a pretty significant rainstorm, but that's going to clear up as we move into day 2. There's going to be lots to see. We're going to be checking out the Digby Wharf Rally. We're going to be heading over to PEI, maybe New Brunswick. We might even head down to the States. Who knows? We really don't know what's going to happen because we're taking it one day at a time, and we are going to have a blast. I've been planning this trip or thinking about this trip for 2 years now. Unfortunately, didn't get the chance to do it last year. This year, we are doing it. So there's going to be lots of good video. There's going to be lots of stuff to see. Going to be lots of hijinks, especially with the guys that are going. There's no question that there's something weird is going to happen at some point. So make sure you don't miss anything. Stay tuned for this video as well as the follow-up videos. And remember, it's always better on 2 wheels. So we headed east on Highway 1 towards Whitburn, where we would then have to head south for about 30 minutes towards Argentia, where we would catch the ferry. Man, the torrential rain was our first challenge. Having the right gear sure helped though, especially the modular helmet that deflected most of the rain. Hank and I started from St. John's. We agreed to meet up with Paul in Whitburn. We were all really excited about this trip and have been talking about it for weeks. But in the back of our minds, we were also a little bit concerned about the amount of rain that was coming, and we were sure hoping it was going to let up before we got to Nova Scotia. Yes, I do.
You don't know your...
And we are in Argentia. We made it. It was a little wet getting here, but we're okay. And it's about 4:45 right now, and we will be catching the boat. Well, we're supposed to catch it at 8, but there's a rumor that we're actually going to get on there a little bit earlier. So I'm here with the other 2 nuts. Hank, what do you think of the trip so far?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah?
Even in the rain, it was awesome.
Yes.
And did I tell you my feet are dry?
You never mentioned it.
Not like yours.
Not
yours,
18
yours
times. We had the exact same shoes. I covered mine up in rubber bags, and his feet are dry and mine are not. I don't understand why. Paul, what are your thoughts so far, bro?
Sam, I'm speechless. That's awesome.
That is a rarity.
It is a rarity, and that tells you just how awesome this has been so far.
Maybe you're all out of words.
I'm all over it. I drank enough water already, so I'm hydrated for the trip.
Good.
So we should be good to go.
Awesome. It's going to be a good one. We'll talk to you again when we get on the boat. Rusty Nuts, boys.
Rusty nuts.
We didn't know we were getting a cruise. Now we're going for a motorcycle ride.
What's going on? And I said, oh yeah, yeah.
Just because the line up was so long, Paul brought us 2 each.
You came
The lights on.
Light on? This is Rowena from Chapel Arm. Finally got it recorded.
I don't want love. Maybe it's just you I'm thinking of.
Good morning, everybody. I wish I could say that we had a good sleep last night. Unfortunately, the air conditioning in those little rooms did not work, so we really never got much sleep. The boys seemed to sleep a little bit, but till about 3 o'clock we weren't able to sleep. Just too hot. It was probably 32, 33 degrees with humidity. But they eventually got the air conditioning working, so we got a few hours. Anyway, it's day 2, so we should be hitting land probably in 3 or 4 hours, I guess, and starting our Canada journey from there. So stay tuned. We'll see you in a bit. And the big question is whether or not the bikes stayed up, and they did. Yes. Bikes are all in good shape, nothing beat up.
I am totally pleased and surprised this morning that 3 of our bikes are upright.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a whole lot of experience amongst this group about tying
Actually, I was pretty experienced, but I watched you fumbling around there for a bit.
you know, mine was pretty secure, and
Yeah.
you guys took the
I
first
just think
round.
putting bungees on your bike wasn't a good idea. I don't know how that was helping. I may be biased, but I think mine has the tidiest strapping system. As we departed the ferry and headed west, we opted to take the southern route, Highway 104, along the beautiful Bredor Lakes. Any worries about bad weather were quickly swept away as we settled into our relatively short 3.5-hour run to Truro. Canso Causeway is a 1.3 kilometer rock-filled causeway crossing the Strait of Canso, connecting Cape Breton Island by road to the Nova Scotia Peninsula. All right, we just crossed the Canso Causeway and we are at the big stop here in, where are we?
Port Hawkesbury.
Port Hawkesbury. So we made it all the way. Hank's got a special thank you going out to a friend.
Well, this is the first time I ever jumped on the bike and went on a road like this, and a good friend of mine came over and brought me a little bit of gear I would need, things like tie-down straps for my bike when I get on the ferry, goggles for riding in the rain, and just some minor instructions on what to do on these road trips because he's done it many times. So, Mr. Boyd Canning, thanks so much, buddy. We crossed all the rain. We crossed the ferry. We're in beautiful Port Hawkesbury. So day 2 is as good as it gets.
Awesome. The one thing he didn't teach him is how to stay close to the rear driver. He rides about 4 kilometers back, but he's catching on. He's catching on.
Tighten up to you that time.
Yeah, you were that time. Yeah.
No, this has been an honor. Actually, I do want to reach out to someone, and I want to thank Monty for telling me about this.
That's me.
And inviting me and saying to go. Yeah, the captain of the road trip. I wanted to say thank him because this has been. It's only day 1, really, full day, and it's been awesome.
Awesome indeed.
Now
And
we're going to find a CPAC.
yes.
A CPAP store
To get a power
because
supply.
Paul had a CPAC last night. We're all good. No power cord, so we're going to go searching for one up in Truro.
Excellent.
For the
An
safety
adventure.
of all those involved, yes, we're going to find a CPAP power supply.
Perfect. All right, let's go eat. All right, we're cluing up. Sorry, hey, buddy, I got you out of the frame there. We are cluing up day 2 of our excursion around the Maritimes. Tomorrow, I think we're heading to New Brunswick.
Bay of Fundy.
We're going to check out the Bay of Fundy tomorrow. But today is coming to an end, and we are about to go get something to eat and maybe grab a drink or 8. And so, highlights of the day for you, Hank?
Getting off the boat this morning and feeling as close to number 1 as I can get. A great night's sleep.
Yep.
Thanks to Monty booking the cabins and all that for us, Paul.
Great night's
Great.
sleep, my
Getting
arse.
off the boat and feeling number 1.
Yeah.
Feeling great for a ride. And getting off the boat and the sun hit in your face.
Yes.
Because remember, we got on the boat, it was in rain.
Yeah.
We got off, the sun hit our face, and we're cruising up through, and I'm just thinking it doesn't get any better than this, man. You're on the bike and you're with great folks.
Yeah.
Cheers to you too.
Even the crappy parts of it were part of the memories, and we had a blast. The room last night, I'm not going to brag too much about it because it was like an oven in there, but somebody went and straightened that all out and had a word with the
About
captain.
3 a.m.
I had a word with the
3
captain.
a.m.
I think that was me. Had a word with the captain.
Ladder so you could get off the top
You did.
bunk. Yeah.
That was a bit of a state. I was trying to get off the top bunk. My 250-pound carcass there leaning over like a beluga whale.
I got out of bed like a good guy and got the ladder for him so he could get down, and
Yeah.
boy,
It's good.
The whole boat was shaking, and I thought it was Monty trying to get out, but actually it was just a rudder.
It's just a rudder. Paul, what about you? Any final concluding thoughts for day 2?
Boy, I tell you, the highlight of today was stopped in the middle of traffic while they were doing construction, and a young girl gets out of her car, runs up to us, and says, "I want to get your picture."
That's true.
And so she took a selfie with us and went back to her car. She was,
And I
I
got
loved
it.
your bikes, she says.
Yeah, and I want to diss the Honda here, but I can't because his was in the rear, so that's the first bike she would have seen.
First bike she
I
would've
don't
seen.
think it had anything to do with the bikes. I think she saw the 3 of us. We could have been in wheelbarrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not.
So anyway, we had groupies chasing us on bikes today.
Pretty rare. Pretty rare.
Day 2, 2 groupies.
I'm a
Day
little-
2.
What about Rowena?
Day 1 was one groupie.
Yeah, Rowena.
Rowena's on the ferry back to Newfoundland now.
Yes.
Yes, maybe.
She should be there.
Maybe, or maybe she's
Now,
following
at
us.
some point you're going to have to explain about who Rowena is.
Oh no, that's already explained because the video yesterday explains
Oh,
it.
I missed that.
You got to stay up on it. We have pre-production meetings for a reason, Hank.
I missed that.
So that you're up on what's happening.
I was busy setting
been a
up my
long day.
CPAP
Been a long
machine. I must have missed that.
Hank keeps missing the pre-production meetings. Anyway, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Don't miss out. Always better on 2 wheels. Don't miss the next episode where we tour New Brunswick, check out the biggest tides in the world at Hopewell Rocks, and pay tribute to victims of the Moncton tragedy.